KI Radio.
The home of cool music and awesome vibes.
Irina, could you tell us about yourself, please?
Oh, sure. Well, my name is Irina Kanaeva. It's known also as Irina Jewelry because of my brand, which is, so I'm a therapeutic jewelry designer and transformational coach. I help professionals, entrepreneurs, men and women to achieve their goals by balancing their masculine and feminine sides through jewelry, wearing jewelry, and workshops and meditations. And I have my own concept of fashion plus psychology, where I combine all my knowledge in psychology, neurology, energy, and all other like science studies, where I help people to, achieve their goals, get their relationships in place with people and with themselves.
So you're doing all of that while you're wearing the bling. Meaning jewelry, that is. That's what we call bling in the UA. Jewelry.
I guess so, yes.
Oh, I guess you just learned something new, right?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm sure she'll be using that more often than anything else now.
Yeah, the bling, right?
Bling, yes.
Bling is in reference to jewelry. Okay, Irina?
Yes.
Okay. All right, continue, Diva.
So tell us about your amazing pieces.
Well, thank you. And I agree, they are all amazing.
Oh,
Because the way I make I use concept is fashion and psychology. So I love fashion. I love to wear dresses and like feminine looks. And masculine for men as well. But so I try to make every piece is beautiful, and also that suits your wardrobe. It's one way. And another way is the psychology comes, where I use psychology of color, and like by chakras you can wear. So whatever I'm wearing today right now, everything is for chakras, everything is for meaning. And the way it works, it helps, it's by intentions, by how you wear it, what you focus on. And that's how a lot of people achieve their goals, because sometimes, like people say, be mindful, do meditations to, help yourself throughout the day to stay mindful, be calm. But sometimes during the conversation, people can be stressed, nervous, or angry sometimes. So the way I also help people is I show exercises, what to use, how to use during the conversation that you're already in, because you cannot just start breathing in front of the person that stressing you, or you just want to punch them, but you can't and you shouldn't. So so I share my exercises, how to calm yourself down, maybe become more confident, just to be yourself and be authentic yourself. Plus every piece I name by goddess that align with the meaning of the piece and the goddess that is represent. So it's like all goddess, gods like for men and goddess for women. So that's every piece is like that. And this is like my little babies, which sometimes become a very big piece in people's life.
So would you recommend something for Diva? Because seeing that I'm at work with her in the afternoons, I'm gonna give her so much trouble. She might want to punch me out. Do you?
Well, I would recommend something for Diva, of course, and for you, so you don't ask for the punches. You have a personality that asks for the punches. So
okay, yeah. Thank you.
It's always both
so
ways.
now you put a smile on my face. Thank you, Irina.
Irina,
of course.
Let me ask you a question, because you mentioned psychology, right? So how does jewelry play a part in your psychology? How does it in terms of because persons break down differently, psychologically,
Yes, that's
mentally,
true.
emotionally.
That's so true.
How does jewelry play a part in psychology?
So this is something that is I created, and there is no such thing in right now, I guess, in the world, because when I say fashion and psychology, jewelry, everybody's confused. So the way I do it, there are affirmations. people say, like, for example, again, when, for example, even during interview, during conversations, and you don't know what to say, maybe some people, again, they're nervous or like they're afraid, they don't feel confident, they cannot start. Affirmations work when you are in a calm state. When you're in a stressful situations, your thinking, your mind is not going to take you to this place where you just can, start breathing and doing your affirmations. You will try to survive in the moment. So that's why affirmations are not going to work, or do all your breathing meditations not going to work when you're in the moment. The jewelry comes as a physical touch and physical object that will bring you and remind you to do that. And also I do hypnosis, NLP. So the way it works, when I explain to people, when you know what your piece means, because I show the exercises, we have muscle memory, we have body memory, we can use our bodies not only to survive in this, as our body, but also help our mind to help us. So when in NLP, there are techniques like anchoring. Like you can anchor yourself. When you touch it, your body will remember it. In the moment you will touch it, there is an anchor. It will trigger in your brain, and again, like you're fine again. That's how it works, and that's how I explain. It's not something that okay, there is no magic. I don't use any magic and stuff, but it's I mean, I probably do some magic, because every piece I make is every piece I make is I put intentions, and I put a lot of people say, oh, handcrafting is stress release, and
It is.
not for me.
No.
That's exactly, that's how you should know. I release my stress before I start making something. So my stress is not in my jewelry, because it's very important in what state I make. So for example, I have pieces for women to be feminine, to attract maybe partnership, relationships, a man, and be in this, like a natural feminine energy. I put myself.
You need one for yourself, Dwight.
Hallelujah.
Okay. Okay.
You
I
need
thought
one for yourself,
Con-
I
Dwight.
I thought
Continue.
I will pay Irina to make one for you.
continue, please.
I
And
will
I
pay
and I,
Irina to do one, and we are pressed for time. I will pay Irina to do one for you.
Didn't you say we're supposed to be on our best behavior
no.
today?
Yes.
I thought I would have done what Diva just
All
did.
right.
Okay.
It
Let's
seems
get
like
back.
someone
Let's
is
get the
asking
show
for
back on the
punches
road.
again, right? And then Diva has to get something. Okay.
Dwight.
Continue,
All
Irene.
right, so
Let's get the show back on the road, guys. Irina, sorry, we've never spoken because I wasn't here when you were on the last time. Yeah. So, my question is: you mentioned balancing the masculine and the feminine
Mhm.
in the people that you work with. Now, traditionally, we've often associated the wearing of brighter, softer colors with female and the feminine outlook. So the colors like pink, such.
I live in a
And
pink world.
no, all right, guys,
I
come
live
on,
in a
come on,
pink
come on,
world.
come
Okay.
on, please.
Yeah, continue,
Um,
continue.
and in many cases, we have often, or at least we've thought, as a society, that the men would wear um, less expressive colors, much more
For
understated, and that
for
might
for
be
yeah,
example,
for example,
blue.
blue.
blue, dark blue, black,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and such, right? So, how does this balancing act work? How do you make it work?
Thank you. That's a nice question. The thing is that, so you're asking about the colors, which I would, that like what we can, like in the society, yes, women are like expressive colors, men like black and blue. The thing is that this is kind of a fashion and preference side. In psychology, every color, psychology of color. Every color has their own meanings, and the way it works, when you see, it triggers in your brain, then it sends signals to the in your eyes, and then signals to the brain. So that's how every color gets their own expressions in people. The thing is that here, that even femininity, yes, it's like pink, light colors for women for femininity, and I put it in quotes because even every woman has their own femininities. For some women, femininity, it's white colors and light pink. For some women, it's red and black. So it's not about being only like by colors. So for men also, it's like by colors. If the way I also work is like, what kind of meaning do you put for yourself in every color too? Because everybody can understand it very differently. Some men can see themselves like maybe red color because it's very like it gives you confidence, like this expressive energy, good energy, like aggressive in a good way, that of men to develop masculinity, to take action, to get opportunities, like to work on them. So if you feel that in red color, you can do that. There, yes, again, blue, black, and all these like toned colors for men, it's for fashion, but again, the mindset is a little different thing. So that's why mine is like fashion and psychology, where we balance that. You can get your fashion the way you like it and get some pieces every color. So for example, as professional men, like entrepreneurs, of course, yes, depends what kind of appearance you want to create. You can wear your black and blue colors as a image, but you can add, for example, a red bracelet, or like I have tiger eye. It's kind of orangey, brownish color, which also gives that energy. So, and it's not like a big piece. You can wear it as a necklace as well, but this is how like nicely you can put it together. So it's not. Yes.
Sorry. Carry on.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, no, I was about to follow up because of something you said while answering the question. So do you find, or do you ever find yourself then, because some men, and this is particularly prevalent among the Afro-Caribbean culture, or a much more sort of American heartland culture, where men can sometimes find themselves being quite macho in their presentation. But maybe when you meet them, you see something else. You see something that could accent whatever it is that they're trying to present. Do you let them go with whatever it is? Oh, I'm just going to wear black. Or do you suggest that maybe, based on what you've seen, based on what they're presented to you, that something else could enhance whatever they're trying to present? Try to maybe sort of broaden their perspective a little bit, or do you just let them have free reign and you just sort of go along and try to complement it?
That's a good. If I understood it the right way, then that's a good, very good question. The thing is that when I speak about femininity and masculinity, it's not only about appearance. Yes. For example, I lost my father when I was 7 years old, and naturally, and he was always protecting me, did everything for me. So I'm naturally very feminine. So I got everything I wanted, like a natural, it's a feminine energy to receive. So, and that's what I did until he died. After my father died, I had to survive. So the way it works, femininity, that's what we are born with. Masculinity, you have to gain, you have to work for it, you have to train it, you have to get skills in masculinity. And that's how women who go through things, we get very masculine. That's how I become very masculine. But I always wear dresses and high heels and my hair, makeup, and everything.
Yes.
Which in society, in society, that's people take as femininity, but it's not. It's not how you look, it's what you are inside. So for men can look like, for example, my type of man is like wearing suit and be looking very masculine in society, which is kind of right. But he can be very feminine. He doesn't take actions. He doesn't know how to treat women. He expects women to do things for him. So to me, it doesn't matter how you look. It's what you do. How do you, like, what kind of action you put out in the world. So yes, you can be like, as a man, there are men who like very stylish, and there are a lot of, like, I also use astrology a lot. So it's, yes, like I'm attracted to very fashionable men who, like wear some colors sometimes too. But just because they are aware of that, it doesn't mean that they feminine or masculine. I look at the man, just if I see just the picture, I have no idea. And as a woman, at a woman, if you look at the picture, you have no idea if she is masculine or feminine. Because if you learn that, you can see that. But like first, like if you know anything about it, just by looking at the person, you can say, oh, this is feminine, masculine, whatever. No, it doesn't work like that. It's how you work. It's what you do in the world, how you present yourself. Yes, it's presentation as well, but it's with your actions. It's not only your outside world, like appearance.
Wow. This is amazing.
Is
Wow.
that okay? Did I?
Yes, you answered the question. You did. How can persons find you, Lauren? I mean, Irina. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
That's what you get when you give trouble on the air. You tend to forget
Amen.
names.
Hallelujah. Let's go.
That's okay. That's okay. Listen. So I am on Instagram a lot. I have a website and I have emails and stuff. So my Instagram is irina.kanaeva.studio. And get it, I don't know, somewhere, write it down somehow.
How would you spell your name?
Oh, my
your
name is
personal names.
IRIN as an NCA dot KAN as an NCAEVA dot studio. And my website is irinajewelrynyc.com. And my email is irinajewelrynyc@gmail.com. So Irina actually means peace. That's why it's Irina Jewelry. That's why it's not just because it's my name I wanted to call it, but because I try to help people to find peace within themselves and create around themselves. So someone like who was asking in the beginning, right, to give Diva something. So you create peace in, so you don't get punched. You create peace within first, so you don't
Stevie,
create
Steve.
situations to get punches.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much, Irina.